Welcome to my channel Mindset Mastery Hub, where I'll be sharing with you the summary of the best books on success in all fields of life. Today, I'll be sharing with you the summary of The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Let us see the simple tips to maintain consistency mentioned in this book and implement in our lives to lead a successful lifestyle. So let's begin with the review of The Compound Effect. This book is about the success and what it really takes to earn it. There is no magic bullet or secret formula or even a quick fix to success. One cannot buy success, fame, self esteem, good relationship, and well being from a grocery shop like any other stuff. So, author interviewed hundreds of successful people to understand their success habit. And by implementing these success habits regularly, one can get immediate results. With consistent practice, one can defeat anyone and achieve his goal. It doesn't matter how smart you are or aren't. You need to do hard work if you lack in experience, skill, or intelligence. If your competitor is smart, more talented, or experienced, you simply need to work 3 or 4 times as hard and you can still beat them. Example, if you are missing the target in shooting competition, then practice it every day for 1 month and then you will have a good chance of hitting the target. If you are weak in your mathematics subject, study hard, hire a tutor, and work like a hell all day until you get it. Don't give any excuses. The most interesting thing about this process is that even though the results are massive, the action steps are very small. Most people underestimate the simplicity of the compound effect. For instance, the people quit after the 8th day of running because they simply don't see the results, or people stop practicing the piano just after 6 months because they haven't mastered anything major. But when these small, seemingly insignificant steps are completed consistently over time, we'll get a radical difference. The compound effect is predictable and measurable. You only need to take a series of tiny steps consistently over time to radically improve your life. The beauty of compound effect is in its simplicity. The most challenging aspect of the compound effect is that we have to keep working away for a while, consistently and efficiently before we begin to see the payoff. The secret to success in olden days and in today's technology era is always the same, that is, hard work, discipline, and good habits. When you understand how the compound effect works, don't try for quick fixes. Don't try to fool yourself into believing that most successful athlete did not go through the regular sweating drilling exercises and thousands of hours of practice. By consistent practice, your life will be completely new and in positive direction. Choices. The life we live is because of all the choices we make. Our choices can be our best friend or our worst enemy. They can deliver us our goals or send us away from our goals. Everything in your life exists because you first made a choice about something. Each choice starts a behavior that over time becomes a habit. In fact, you make your choices and then choices make you. Every decision, no matter how small it is, alters the trajectory of your life. Whether or not to go to a college, whom to marry, or to have a last drink before you go for a drive. Every choice has an impact on the compound effect of your life. You alone are responsible for what you do or don't do, or how you respond to what's done to you. One has the unlimited power to control the destiny. The only difference between becoming rich, happy, and healthy versus ending up broke, depressed, and unhealthy are the choices you make. Nothing else will make the difference. One thing to note of to be lucky is that we are all lucky. We live in a free society, so we are all lucky. We are constantly having a lucky things happening to us, whether you recognize it or not. The only difference is when luck comes in the way of successful people, they take advantage of it and are therefore called lucky. One can certainly become lucky by consistently improving and preparing yourself for your upgrading skills, knowledge, relationship, and resources with right attitude and looking out for the opportunities, and finally taking massive actions. So, by following this formula, one is certain to be lucky. Luck is an equal opportunity distributor. Take 100% responsibility for your life. Eliminate all your excuses and make the choice to take control. The first step towards change is awareness. If you want to get from where you are to where you want to be, You had to start by becoming aware of the choices that lead you away from your desired destination. Become very conscious of every choice you make today so you can begin to make smarter choices moving forward. The magic is not in the complexity of the task. The magic is in the doing of simple things repeatedly and long enough to ignite the miracles of compound effect. So beware of neglecting the simple things that makes the big things in your life possible. The biggest difference between the successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people are willing to do what unsuccessful people are not. Habits. The power of habits is that it will be with you till the end of your life. The old habit gets bigger and its roots grows deeper and they are harder to uproot. Some of the habits are so big with the roots so deep that one might not be even able to remove it from one's life. We are what we repeatedly do. Scientists have revealed that 95% of everything we feel, think, do, and achieve is a result of acquired habits. Habits can be helpful as long as they give good results. A daily routine built on good habits is the difference that separates the most successful people from everyone else. Successful people aren't necessarily more intelligent or more talented than anyone else, but their habits takes them in the direction of becoming more informed, more knowledgeable, more competent, better skilled, and even better prepared. With enough practice and repetition, any behavior, good or bad, becomes automatic over time. We can consciously decide to change them. It is important to note that every habit that you have learned, you can also unlearn the ones that aren't serving you well. The slightest adjustment to your daily routine can dramatically alter the outcomes in your life. Goals. The one skill most responsible for the abundance in my life is learning how to effectively set and achieve goals. Something almost magical happens when you organize and focus your creative power on a well defined targets. The highest achievers in the world have all succeeded because they mapped out their vision. The person who has a clear and compelling and burning desire will always defeat even the best of the best in that particular field. Author here explains how goal setting actually works. Author says you only see, experience, and get what you look for. If you don't know what to look for, you certainly won't get it. By our very nature, we are goal seeking creatures. Our brain is always trying to align our outer world with what we are seeing and expecting in our inner world. So, when you instruct your brain to look for the things you want, you will begin to see them. In reality, this is how the law of attraction really works. When you define your goals, you give your brain something new to look for and focus on. It's as if you are giving your mind new set of eyes through which to see all the people, circumstances, resources, ideas and creativity surrounding you. It's very simple that your mind proceeds to match up on the outside what you want most on the inside, and that is your goal. Top people have very clear goals. They know who they are and they know what they want. They write it down and then they make the plans to accomplish it. Unsuccessful people carry their goals around in their head like marbles rattling around in a can. One should be involved in a productive activities, exercise, listening to instrumental and inspirational material, reading and spending quality time with your family and friends. Some of the strategies for eliminating bad habits are: tip number 1. Identify your triggers. Look at your list of bad habits. For each one you have written down, identify what triggers it. For example, are you more likely to drink too much when you are with a certain kind of people? Do you smoke at a particular time of the day when you just need to smoke? What emotions tend to provoke your worst habits? Stress, fatigue, anger, nervousness, or boredom? When do you experience all these emotions? Take a closer look at your routines and what do you typically say when you wake up, when you are on a coffee or a lunch break. Now write down your triggers in the journal. This simple action alone increases your awareness exponentially. Tip number 2. Swap your habits. Look again at your list of bad habits. How can you alter them so that they are not as harmful? Can you replace them with healthier habits or drop them altogether? Example, if one is in a bad habit of drinking 8 to 10 coffee cups, one should reduce the number of cups with a low caffeine content or altogether replace it with a lemon juice or orange juice. See what habits you can replace, delete or swap out. Tip number 3. Some researchers have found that it can be easier for people to make lifestyle changes if they change many bad habits at once. For example, one can reverse his advanced heart disease without medication and surgery with dramatic lifestyle changes. Example, by enrolling in a physical and yoga training program and developing a good eating habits and also learning stress reduction techniques in a training program. Eliminating a bad habit means removing something from your routine. Installing a new, more productive habit requires time, effort, and practice. Some of the techniques for installing a good habit are like find a success buddy. One can get a success buddy where both of them have a same goal and move towards it to achieve it. So both help each other to achieve the common goal. Example, you can have a success buddy to reduce weight. So both of you can work on the same goal to reduce the weight. Change is hard. There is one thing that 99% of the failures and successful have in common, and that is they all hate doing the same things. The difference is successful people do them anyway and failures don't transform their bad habits. Ordinary is easy, extraordinary is what will separate you from the crowd. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moment of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at the time of challenge. When you are consistent despite difficulty and hardship, that's when you earn your improvement and gain strides on the competition. Even if it's hard or tedious, just do it and keep doing it, and the magic of compound effect will help you to achieve your goals. Have patience when it comes to breaking old bad habits and starting a new ones. Remember to be patient with yourself. If you have spent 30 or 40 years or even more repeating the behavior you are trying to change, you have to expect it's going to take time and effort before you see lasting results. Attention feeds the habit. When we give our attention to a habit, we activate the brain cells, releasing the thoughts, desires, and actions related to that habit. If we stop giving attention to those bad habits, those brain cells will weaken and we will form a new habit. And when we form a new habit, new brain cells develop with each repetition, eventually overpowering the previous ones. Routine power. Some of our best intentions fail because we don't have a system of execution. Your new attitudes and behaviors must be incorporated into your monthly, weekly, and daily routines to affect any real positive change. A routine is something you do every day without fail, just like brushing your teeth or putting on your seat belt. You do it without conscious thought. Similarly, to be successful, you have to develop a routine for it. To reach new goals and develop new habits, it's necessary to create new routines to support your objectives. Author says that all the high achievers and business leaders not only have good habits but each have developed a consistent routine for carrying out their daily discipline. There is simply no other way. A daily routine built on good habits and discipline separates the most successful people with others. A routine is exceptionally powerful. Rise and shine. First, think about everything for what you are grateful for. One needs to attune his mind to abundance. The world looks, acts, and responds to you very differently when you start your day with feeling of gratitude for what you already have. Secondly, you should think of number one goal and decide what are the three things you are going to do on this day to move closer towards reaching it. Sweet dreams. It's important to cash out your day's performance. At the end of the day, see how your plan for the day was executed. So for tomorrow's plan, check out what else needs to be added, what is not important, and that needs to be scratched out. Additionally, write about the new ideas and strategies that you have picked throughout the day in your journal. Finally, read at least 10 pages of an inspirational book before going to bed because the mind continues to process the last information consumed before bedtime. So you focus on something constructive and helpful by moving closer towards your goal and ambitions. Look at your daily routine. If something that is depleting your energy and is no longer generating powerful results, switch it up, getting into rhythm. Create a success rhythm with your daily discipline and routine. With one's repeated and consistent good habits over time, one can win to achieve their goals. The power of consistency. If there is one discipline that gives one a competitive advantage, it's the ability to be consistent. Even good, passionate, and ambitious people with good intentions can fall short when it comes to consistency. But it's a powerful tool you can use to move towards your goal. Winning the race is all about the pace. Be the tortoise in the race. The person by consistently investing time in his habit, will beat virtually anybody in any competition as a result of consistent positive habits and behaviors. Your mind is like an empty glass. It will hold anything you put into it. You put it sensational news, breaking headlines, or talk shows, you are pouring dirty water into your glass. And because of this dirty water, you will be thinking about all the negativities. This is called garbage in, garbage out. A few tips to be consistent are: tip number 1, stand guard. It means keep away from friends and family members who give you negative suggestions and pulls you away from achieving your goals. Tip number 2, put yourself on a media diet. Stay away from the social media which bombards you with a negative news and makes you feel sick. To move in a positive direction, you must flush out the bad habits and fill up with the good habits. Tip number 3, associate with the people who are also moving in the same boat as you to reach the goal. The people with whom you habitually associate are called the reference group. We become the combined average of the 5 people we hang around the most. The people with whom we spend our time determines what conversations dominate our attention, along with attitudes and opinions we are regularly exposed to. Eventually, we start out to eat what the people around us eat, talk like what they talk, read what they read. You have to make a hard choice not to let certain negative influence affect you anymore. Determine the quality of life you want to have, and then surround yourself with the people who represent and support that vision. Identify people who have positive qualities in the areas of the life where you want to improve. People with financial and business successes you desire, the parenting skills you want, the relationship you want to improve, the lifestyle you want to love, and then spend more time with them. Join organizations and businesses and health clubs where these people gather and make friends. Creating a positive environment to support your success means clearing out all the clutter in your life. Not only the physical clutter that makes it hard for you to work productively and efficiently, but also the mental clutter of whatever around you isn't working. Each and every incomplete task of your life exerts a draining force on you because it blocks ability to move forward. Incomplete tasks keeps calling you back to the past to take care of them. So think about what you can complete today. Protect your emotion and mental and physical space. Then you can live in peace rather than in chaos and stress world. Dear friends, my favorite quote from this book is: consistency is the key to achieving and maintaining momentum. Call to action to all my viewers. Dear viewers, from this book, I am going to start and implement the tiny habit of getting early in the morning consistently. Write in the comment box what you like the most from this video and which habit you are going to implement. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe now and hit the bell icon to get notification for my next videos, as I'll be sharing with you every week many more such inspiring videos. Share this video with your friends and family members who are trying to find different possibilities to start a new habit. Thank you.